Let's get this party started. How do you like this, Chrome? Alright, where did we leave off? Doing builds. That's always good. Ooh, we should tell the internet that we're live. We gotta figure out how to get it so that I notice when someone follows. Seems kind of important. Move this over here. Yeah. Don't care about this too much. That's something. Alright. Doing builds. That's always best case scenario to start our day. Where do we leave everything at? Git log, yeah. Move storage in a separate module and start it on GitHub integration. Hey, we're actually working on the GitHub integration now. Exciting. Alright. Let's take a peek at where we left GitHub. So we've got our GitHub route. So for those just watching for the first time, we've got this main.ml file in Savvy. Is basically just like an example file. Everything's configured in such a way that you could use this sort of the way it is and actually have a different repo that we will almost certainly see today, where actually it's not a repo, it's just local code, but I've got one that's set up the exact same way with real secrets and stuff in it, which is going to be interesting to do on stream. We'll see how I figure that out. But what we're going to do is we're basically just plugging in each of these. When we spin up our server, all we have to do is go to localhost 8000 or 8080. And then we can go to /client credentials, and it'll use our client credentials right away and attempt to succeed or attempt to auth, and then it'll show a success if it worked. So that's how we know things are working. And so we've been doing that for our two main ones, which are the authorization code flow and the what's up, Shreyas? Hello. Yeah, so we're going through this specifically to show off how authorization code flow works and client credential flow works. And now, and there's also the refresh token flow, but now we're working on GitHub. So for those of you who watch this later on YouTube, that's what's going on. So let's see, where did we leave off? We left off authorization URL. We get the authorization URL, which probably maybe we could write a test to check that this actually returns the correct URL with our fake client ID and client secret. People watch this on YouTube? Apparently so. Most of the views on my YouTube channel are just the VODs. Can you show the stats? I mean, it's not an impressive stat. I think I can show them. Hold on. I better make sure there's nothing before I dox myself. they're not impressive stats. Before I show you this, know going in that this is not going to be like an impressive statistic for you to see. Oh snap, one of the guys I follow just posted a new video. I should go watch that. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't think there's anything private on here. People watch it, apparently. And it's mostly just VODs that get watched. So in the last 28 days, 36.6 hours of watching has happened. There you go. What's the watch time on the last VOD? Probably not very high. When was my last VOD? How do I even content? I don't know how to read most of this. I know the two with the vibe coding in the name, they're the ones that get the most views. You're asking a lot of like user retention? I have no idea. Bro, like I don't YouTube. I just post them here because TJ told me that this is what I was supposed to do. Average view duration, 5 minutes, 28 seconds. Classic TJ. He just said something like something free storage, something. So like, go into a video. Which one? Where did I finish? Oh, this is the most recent one. This was last week's last stream. So, I mean, 35 people thought it was interesting enough to watch it, I guess. This will be even more funny when all of this shows up on YouTube. Alright, we gotta get back to OCamel. All the YouTube people are now deeply jealous of my 35 viewers. This feels like the right time for me to like jokingly say that if you do actually watch this on YouTube, you should like and subscribe, because literally I have no way to know that you like this apart from those things. Alright, back to OCamel. Yeah, hit that bell. So, get authorization URL. We need to check to make sure that this is actually working. We should write a test or something. I think we can do that with testing. Let's see. Just grab this. Yeah, that should be fine. Oh, wait. Is this the one that... Where's the... Oh, get authorization URL. Okay, that is what this is. Alright. Forgetting what my tests are. So, grab this. Yeah, put that there. Alright, so let's do... What does our config need to look like for this? Just grab a GitHub config here. Oh, I'm gonna have to do this whole let's see. Should I just need all of this? I'm gonna have to do this. It's gonna have a different resulting state. It's gonna have this. Oh, don't change that one. URL and state, auth URL, s, generate state, blah, verified, verifier used. Let's just nix that, because GitHub does not support Pixie. Lame. So let me take, what the heck is this? URI string auth URL. Oh, it's supposed to be URL now. State and code verifier doesn't exist. Again, no Pixie. Super lame. Super insecure, really. Insecure. Everyone should use Pixie. It's not hard, and it's way easier, way safer. All right. Oh wait, how do we have to do this now? We modified how we get. Oh no, we didn't. Never mind. We good. I thought we'd done something else, but we haven't. Wait, you mean Pixie? Yeah, PKCE, proof key code exchange, something like that. That's how it's actually that's how it's described as in the spec. It's actually said that you can pronounce it Pixie. So everyone in the security industry, you know, all of us in the know, we call it Pixie. And if any security people watch this, I hope you know. Otherwise, I'm gonna feel super bad. They do. I'm sure they do. I'm sure they do, Shreyas. Because I literally work at a security company where we all talk about it occasionally. And we do call it that, I promise. PKCE, that just seems so long. Like, so many syllables. Like, you gotta move fast in security. I don't know though. Now I'm gonna have to go take a poll at work and see how people pronounce it, because I actually have met someone at my work who, when I was talking to her about it, she did not know it was called Pixie. I'm like, doesn't everybody just read the spec? But apparently everyone doesn't read the spec. You get all these great things. The only time I've ever been disappointed by a spec was the spec for JSON web tokens, where that spec actually says you should pronounce it jot. And I hate that with a fiery passion. I've even had Twitter beef with a friend of mine from work about calling it jot. And she challenged me to a rap off, and I lost. So what are you gonna do? I have to call it jot now. Blocked, unfollowed, reported. Good. The world should know what kind of a man I am. Alright. I guess let's just run this test and see what it does. Auth URL, your client ID, redirect URI, your GitHub callback URL, scope user, repo, state value, login my user, allow sign up true, and the state that was generated and used. Yeah, not too shabby. JWT, that's what I call it. JWT. I just don't feel like, yeah. I know it's it feels like a double standard though when I call Pixie, Pixie, but then I call JWT, JWT. But I don't know. I just can't get over the idea that W should ever be pronounced as an O. That doesn't make any sense. Wait, don't the British pronounce W's different? Is it JVVT in England then? Maybe that's why they call it jot, to try to eliminate that confusion. No? Okay, I'm just crazy. I swear what? Oh no, it's H. We pronounce H differently. It's H in British. That's some other European country. All right, who calls it that? Danish, Norwegian, and Sweden. All right, in French, I just always ignore this. The Search Labs is never right. Wikipedia is more often correct than the AI. Just remember that. Alright, well, there we go. It's not England. Everyone from England's off the hook. Less and less reliable. It's probably because people are using AI to try to update it faster. It's just really funny to me that, like, when all of this got started, not even when it got started, like, kind of halfway through all of it, like, even just like a year or two ago, they've done studies to show that, like, AI hallucinates more than half of the time. And, like, they, like, showed these stats to college kids, and they were just like, whoa, really? AI's wrong ever? It's like, guys, AI's wrong all the time. AI is like that fortune teller at the fair that's just trying to read what you want and then give you those answers. All right. We have a GitHub URL though. Let's just see what happens when we go to this one. It happens to be right sometimes by accident. Yeah, exactly. Every now and then, AI accidentally gets it right. Okay, that resulted in a 404. I feel like 404 is what I was expecting to happen there. I need to make a GitHub app so I have a real client ID. Client IDs are public, right? Hopefully so. George, if you're watching this, don't fire me. I'm not even joking. That's exactly how auto-regressive models work. No, yeah, I get it. I believe you. I just don't think that people, like, I don't know. When you say it that way, people immediately turn around and try to, like, start fighting you on that it's right. It's not how it got there. It's what it got that matters. But it's just sort of the ends justify the means sort of argument. It's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous that people are just kind of like, this thing makes my life easier, so I'm going to fight to the death to defend it. Even if it's making my life. It's like, do you remember that video? I don't remember what it was called. It goes around, people remake it occasionally, but it's like, there's this red button, and every time you push it, it kills somebody, but you get $1,000. Like, someone just recently in the tech space, I feel like, did it. Or redid it, and they like walked around, and it was like every time you push this red button, it kills one of your co-workers, but you get $1,000. And they like walked up to each person was like, oh no, I don't want to touch that. And they walked in like the system admin's room, and they like, hey man, so I got this red button. And he just reaches over and slaps it. He's like, whoa, you're not even gonna let me tell you what it is. And he's like, oh sorry, go ahead. And they're like, yeah, every time you push this button, it gives you $1,000. So he reaches up and clicks it and like, wow, but it kills one of your coworkers. And he looks him dead in the eye, and he just starts pushing it a bunch more times. And then they're like, okay, well, we're going to go. And he's like, wait, leave the button. I feel for all the system admins. All right, we got to create a GitHub app. I'm trying to remember how to do this. Nope, developer settings. New GitHub apps. Let's do an OAuth app. New OAuth app. Application name. Test Savvy. Homepage URL. Holy cow. We never actually created a homepage for Savvy. I guess we'll have to do that at some point. We'll have to vibe code it. That way I can put vibe coding in the title of the video, because that's apparently what everyone wants to watch. Homepage URL. I'm just going to put the GitHub URL. Do we have it up here? Boop. Application description. You don't need it, I think. Wait. Don't need the homepage? Oh yeah. Well, the homepage is actually a required field for the register a new OAuth app, and actually I can show you this field. It's actually required for creating a new OAuth app in GitHub, which is really funny. HHTTP. I don't understand why it's required. I remember when I created my very first one, I thought I was going to go through some like review process. And I was like, oh, I got to make like a really professional looking page so that GitHub doesn't like turn me down. And no, sure enough, it's not used at all. It just makes the app for you right away. Closed. What did I call this? Hold on, move this out of the way. What do we call our, well, there we go. What do we call our GitHub or return route? GitHub/callback. Super original. Love it. GitHub-callback. Enable device flow. No, we're not going to do that. We do have to build that at some point, though. All right, we'll create this test application. We've got a client ID now, so we can use it. Let's put our client ID somewhere. Where did this go? Here we go. GitHub device flow. Well, just device flow in general, because OAuth 2 has the device flow, and so I want Savvy to be able to support OAuth 2. I want Savvy to support the device flow, or device flow. Even though I don't really know what use it is, but it's part of the OAuth 2 spec, so I want to do it just for that. All right, gosh, this is so small. Okay, we do this. Oh, here we go. This redirect URI is not associated with this application. What did I say it was? Oh yeah. Do I have to URL encode this, or can I just? Surely I do. None of the OAuth clients I use supported in the same library. Interesting. We'll be the first then. Trailblazing. It's a pretty niche, like, I think the majority of people that are using OAuth 2 libraries, like client libraries, are probably not looking for it to do device code. It's like the people using device code are really like specific, like hardware, like people who are building like the next, Chromecast or whatever. But, we're in Trailblaze. We're writing the OCaml version, and OCaml 1's going to do everything. Freaking nerds. Dylan. We have to do this. It's OCaml. It has to be this way. What's up, man? Good to see you. I get to watch you for once. I hope you're not super disappointed. All right. What did we have to do? Let's just add this here. So we are just working on building our cutesy OAuth 2 client. OCaml's the best. I do need to learn a lot more about OCaml though, because I'm basically just staking my entire reputation on Laracon at being able to talk to people about OCaml, and I'm already like sweating. Yeah, for real. Conference-driven development is the way. Aha, there we go. Yeah. You're not going to Laracon, are you, Dylan? This is sort of a weird one for your space, I guess. You did it. Okay. SquiggleConf. What? I've never even heard of SquiggleConf. Next in Laravel. What? G was at the Laravel or the React part, or sorry, not G. Taylor Otwell was at the what you call it? The party at React Miami. Taylor and G are they're friends, we'll say. Wait, how did I not know about this SquiggleConf? If TJ is speaking at it, it must not be over a Sunday. I almost always find out about TJ's conference talks because I have to fill in for him on Sundays when he's gone. Or wait, are we talking about a different? That's the 2024 site. Oh, snap. Google better get it together. Oh yeah, look at that. Huh. Well, this seems cool. What's like the theme of SquiggleConf? Brings together admirers, contributors, and maintainers of the latest and greatest in web dev tooling. Web dev tooling. That's TJ's bread and butter, huh? Yeah, no, I get it. TJ, if you ever watch this, I'm sorry. This does look pretty cool, though. Get early bird tickets now. New England Aquarium. Oh, it's actually not super expensive either. $350 is not bad for early bird. I don't know. Thursday through Friday. Okay. I'll think about it. New England's not super far away either. Keeping it on the East Coast is super nice. I don't know, we'll see. I should go and not tell TJ that I'm going and just show up. That'd be hilarious. All right. Let's see. I'm gonna hit this. This should. Oh, I gotta turn this on before we hit that button. It would be super funny to show up though. But right now we're trying to. I'm trying to figure out what to do about Laracon. I don't know if I'm going to go out as early as TJ, but I want to make sure I'm there early enough to see all the crazy shenanigans that the terminal crew gets up to. Dune build. Dune exec. Oh wait, this one doesn't even run. Whoops. Or does it? Maybe it does. I didn't think this one ran. Stop. Let's jump over to our OCaml auth. Hello? Oh, it's a dash. Okay. All right, everything you're gonna see in here, these secrets are not secret. Just disclaimer. I have to give this disclaimer because if George ever watches this, I'll be fired if I don't say that these aren't real secrets. Nobody panic. All these secrets, they've been exposed before. They've all been rotated. Oh, I don't even have the GitHub URL in here. It wouldn't be a stream if I didn't have potentially exposed secrets on it somewhere. Whoop, too far. This stuff. And we're just going to drop this in here. That's fine. You don't need to know about any of that stuff. And we'll jump over to vendor. Into Savvy. We'll pull in the new stuff. All these secrets are not secrets because they're already exposed. Yes. That's how you make secrets not secrets anymore. My local changes. What? We'll fix that. There we go. Nothing like a good hard reset. We're up to date. We good. All right. Go back to main. Come back down here. Unbound module. All right, we've got to grab this. I think that's all I need. Let's see. It's got to do all different now. And it's going to be all frustrated with me. There we go. It didn't. That's cool. First try. Alright, so we got all these. I don't actually know what I need client secret. I might not need client secret in GitHub. Do I even use it? I probably should have checked that. That would have been smart. That's this. Where's the callback URL I use up here? I just use localhost. Yeah, okay. So we got that. I'm not going to put my secret in there because I haven't even created a secret, so I don't have anything to, nothing to expose on this one. All right, and then this is running, so let's build this. Whoops. And then auth2 client. Okay, it's running. So let's take a look and see that it is in fact up. Cool, that's up. If I go to /GitHub callback, you did it. All right, everything's up, everything's working. Sorry for the flashbang there. Wait, why is this one's background black, but the last one's background was white? What? Did I do something different? Background color black, color white. Just because that's visualization URL. Why? I don't understand. Anyway. Alright, but it's running, so we can see that that's happening. So we're going to try and authorize this. It's using our client ID, our redirect URL. It's got repositories, public and private, and users, or personal user data. I don't know. This is all fake anyway, so we'll go ahead and grant our imaginary application these things. Then we click authorize, and then when your phone is ready, click the button below. Oh, this I'm probably not supposed to show on screen. George would definitely fire me for this. Let's see. Type in that code. Code typed in, and hey, it took us to you did it. You guys, we did it. We did it. All right. Well, I really thought I'd feel more accomplished after that, but I still feel empty and hollow inside. Let's see. We need to update this. I think we're supposed to get something back, right? Like, what is it? It should send back all sorts of stuff. Oh yeah, there we go. It's given us a state, and it's giving us a code for authorization code, because the GitHub callback is an authorization code flow. So cool. So let's snag those the same way we do up here. Let's just do these, and let's just grab everything. So we get the URI, we get the URL, the URI. We're gonna extract the code and the state values from it. This is so similar to the first OCaml code I wrote. I don't know if that's good or bad. There's definitely a lot of switch statements or match statements in my OCaml code. So we're gonna grab code, we're gonna grab state, and then we need to do something with that. we'll need to hit the token endpoint. Actually, we haven't written the token endpoint in GitHub yet. So we'll continue on with this side here. So we're gonna do a match. We'll just take all of this redirect server. Hold on. Boop. We will. What's this? Let's see. Stream. Not that. This. Oop. Oh, the playlist transfer stuff. Yeah. I recall this. Yeah. Main ML. Just Spotify's auth. Yeah. Yeah, that's the beautiful part of OAuth. If you do it right once, you've pretty much got it forever. That's actually one of the reasons why I picked this as my original project. Main bin. Yeah. Yeah, that was one of the reasons why I picked this as my project for streaming, because working in security, I already knew how OAuth works. And so I was like, this is a domain that I can operate in safely and not like spend a bunch of time on stream reading. Though we have actually spent a lot of time on stream reading too, but what are you gonna do? Yeah. Client ID, client secret state. It looks like Spotify also does not support Pixie, huh? That's unfortunate. Or PKCE, right? Apparently that's how all of Shreyas's friends call it. But I'm pretty confident. And now I gotta prove it. Hold on. Yeah, right there. I mean, this is one login, so you probably can't trust everything on this web page, but where's the, as long as you don't say, yeah, that is the exact conversation that we had earlier. I ended up getting in a fight on Twitter with my coworker Sarah. She is a big time identity nerd. Like, she goes to all of the identity IAM conferences and stuff, and is like, important, and helps build like all of the like RFCs and stuff, and knows all the cool people. And she pronounces it Jot, and it kills me every time. But we've agreed to disagree on that point of clarity. Dead to you. Sarah, if you watch this, just know. Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy that I just don't understand. Like, how on earth can you get from W to O? Like, it doesn't make any sense. There's just nothing there. Nothing there. All right. GitHub callback. We get our URI, we get our code, we get our state. We're gonna check that the state is valid. We're gonna have to modify this. We need to build the GitHub version of this. Because we want GitHub's gonna do it a little bit different. GitHub hard codes the GitHub token URL. We don't have to pass in one in the config, so that's great. Let's see. Access token. What is refresh token? Oh, this is just so I could show the refresh token. I don't actually know if GitHub is going to return a refresh token. That's fine. All right, let's look at. Wait, is this? Which repo am I in? Oh, that's the other one. Okay, so this is Savvy still. We're good. We're good. So let's pop over to GitHub. All right, so we've got the authorization URL builder here, and then we can pop over here and we can exchange code for token. We can just steal this whole thing, but we're gonna actually, hold on, you know what we should be doing here? We should be using code reuse. So the get authorization URL, we couldn't do code reuse because it has a bunch of other flags that normal OAuth doesn't. But the token exchange, I think we could actually use the OAuth client, or the OAuth, what is it? OAuth 2 client. The other module. We could use the other module because the other module is just the generic OAuth 2 client module. So for the authorization URL, we didn't want to use it because there are these extra parameters that we don't normally allow to send. Though I think we could actually modify our generic OAuth 2 client module to accept like extra parameters, just have like an extra block that you could pass, and then we could handle all of this. Then we get rid of it out of the GitHub module as well and just have GitHub use the OAuth 2 client module to do all of its stuff. We may circle back to do that, but for now, I think we can go ahead and just use OAuth 2's token exchange functionality directly. What did I call that though? It is called exchange code for token. Let's see. So when we exchange code for token, we're gonna need to pass in our state value and our code value, right? Yep. So we pass in state and code, and that will let us do a couple of things. Whoops. The state value is the code that we use to check that there's not a man in the middle from the client side. So I create the state value on this side, we ship it off to the authorization server. The authorization server does its thing, and it sends back its request with the state value that I passed, so I can check that the value is the same and not malformed. And so for us, in order to do that, we just have a storage mechanism that we built into Savvy. We've got in-memory storage that we use that's probably not the right play for production environments. And then we expose an interface so that you can like set up your own and use something like SQLite or like Redis or something, which would probably make more sense. So the way we do our state check is we literally just use the state as the key in our storage mechanism. So that way we can do an big O of 1, whatever. SQLite is wild. Or HTTP only cookies. Ooh, that's probably a good idea too. I didn't think about that. I'm trying to not pigeonhole myself into just web stuff though. That's the only reason why I didn't go with the cookie route. Wait, why is SQLite wild? SQLite, is that, you just pronounce it SQLite? Yeah. Squealite? Yeah. My pronunciation is not always great. I also found out that I write my letter F's differently than other people, apparently. Squealite. No squeal light. Yeah, there's too many L's. It's like ATM machine. Why is there so many M's in this? Do I have OAuth client in here? Yeah. At machine. That's why. It's the extra machine. That's where the money comes from. Why can't I? initiate or instantiate a client, and then I have to have a config, don't I? Yeah, I have to have a client. Client is created up here. Maybe I can't. Maybe I better just stick with not reusing code right now. Hello? Let's just... I've already had one major refactor, so what's one more, right? Just snag all this. We'll go through and chop this up. All right, so we're gonna get our storage. We're going to grab use our state as the key to grab our values out. We are not going to grab a verifier out of this storage because, again, verifier is only used for Pixie, and GitHub does not support Pixie. Then we're gonna trash that state or trash that entry in our storage. Then we're gonna look it up. We're gonna match the stored config with what kind of config it is. That config does not exist in this file, so we're going to grab this one. This is the kind of config it's going to be. And then we're going to start building our request to the token endpoint using what we find in that config. Token auth method is not going to exist. Let's see, what are we going to have? We're going to have, oh, it's up here. We're gonna have client ID, client secret, redirect URI, scope login, allow scope, or allow sign up and prompt inside this config. Let's see, token auth method won't be important. What are the headers that we actually need to send with this though? Right here. All right, so this is our authorized endpoint. So we did that. They're redirected. And then we're gonna make a request here. And these are the parameters we need for that call. We have to send a client ID, we have to send the client string, or client secret. By default, the response. How are we passing these? Are these all in the URL? That seems insecure. I'm guessing they're using HTTPS. Oh yeah, okay. Alright, so if user accepts your request, GitHub redirects back to the temporary code, as well as the state you provided previously. Temporary code will expire in 10 minutes if states don't match, and the third party created the request, and you should abort the process. Abort! Abort! This input is going to take the following parameters, so we're going to have this. This seems super weird to put all these, like, actually these can't be in the URL. They should, this is a post request, so these will have to be in the body. Okay, never mind. That's silly. So the body's going to have client ID, client secret, code, and redirect URI. Okay, so this is where we're building our body. It doesn't say whether it accepts. Oh, here it is. Oh no, this is the response. Ah, come on, GitHub. Also with OAuth 2, there's two different methods that you can pass your client credentials to your token endpoint. There is wrapping them in a basic header where you take, where you put your code. I don't know, this is still, I guess it's still in the body. It should be in the headers. Yeah, client ID, client secret. So like if you're using a basic style, I don't actually know if there's a name for it. I don't know that it's called basic. I think I've invented that term, but in the one style, you take your client ID and your client secret and you append them together with a colon in the middle. You base 64 encode them, and then that operates as a basic authorization token that you send as a header. And that's the preferred method. Given that GitHub does not support Pixie either, I'm kind of just guessing that they don't support the preferred authorization method either. which means that they're probably going to just ask us to send all of these 4 parameters directly in the body of the post request. It's fine. It's a post request. It's over HTTPS. It's not that big of a deal, but it's still a weird way to have to do it. All right, so I think we always send client secret. We always send client ID. And we always send code and redirect URI. All right, so that's this section. So let's grab these. We'll just put this up here. Oops. No, come on. I can't even tell you the number of times I've hit F1 instead of escape. And yeah, I've still got escape. One of these days I will move to caps lock, but I don't know if today's that day. Let's see. Client ID. Client secret. Code. And redirect URI. Don't need grant type. Alright, so we don't actually have to match anything. JJ is the best mapping to exit insert mode. JJ. Just like rapid, or are you like leader key JJ? Or just down twice? Wait, is J not mapped to down in your key mapping anymore? Oh no. Just put this like this. Why can't I just do this? Wait, code verifier. Why are you here? Get out of here. Is that not what I want? Unbound value secret? Yeah, I bet. Secret code. What? This expression has type JSON URI. Oh right, we wrote our own wrapper for a URI. Cause we fancy. Oh, I haven't used it here yet, have I? Yeah, I have, right here. Why am I using it here and... Okay, whatever. JSON URI toString, cool. Alright, headers. I don't think we're gonna pass any special headers. At least they don't request any special fun headers. So I think we just delete. Alright, config this expression as type blah. Oh, I don't need this. I need, where is, I saved it. Here we are. I knew this day would come. Oh, but then there's too many parentheses. Unbound. What? Oh, client.post unbound. Oh, I need, what you call it? Where does client come from? It is... Wait, what? Where is client? Not you. Client.post. Where does this client module come from? Alright, we'll see you later, Shreyas. Have fun out there. Bye. Hold on. Am I passing client in somewhere? This was not where I expected to get hung up. Where does client.post come from? I must open something. Oh, it's probably co-HTTP. Okay. Okay, we'll open that up here. It's still probably going to be mad. Oh, no, it's not. It just took it right away. All right. Unbound value. All right, I'm going to need that LWT infix stuff as well. Man, I feel so bad about using LWT instead of the new stuff. But I just don't know the new stuff. Unbound value token response of JSON. Oh, right. We wrote a custom JSON unwrapper for token responses in auth 2. What was it called? Token response of JSON. Wait, can I just... Here we go. Oh no, it's actually because of the... No, that's an actual JSON, so it's just token response, which is token response right here. Okay. So grab this. And then token response, we'll put it here. So that'll get us that. Token error of JSON, okay. We kind of know what token errors. I'm just going to assume that GitHub is going to use all the same token errors. Where is it? Token response, token error. There we go. Oh shoot, that means we're going to need all this stuff too. Okay, well. It is what it is. That is definitely going to have to be moved into a utility module or something at some point, because I do not want to have to update these every time a new OAuth something drops. A new error code. Hopefully they're not adding any new error codes to OAuth anytime soon, but you never know. Alright, error description. Cool. Code exchange only available for authorization code flow. That's fine. Oh, it's mad because there isn't any other config type for there to even be. Oh, it's this guy. It wouldn't be a stream if I didn't have to ban this guy. Cool. Yeah, this match case is unnecessary because there's only one possible stored config. And I think with, oh no, there will eventually be another one for device code. We'll just comment this out. And we'll say, when device code is added, someday. Alright, so good. Dune should build now? No. Go back to main. So we have our GitHub Exchange auth code for token. Wait, we don't? Hola? Did I misname this? Oh, it's the MLI. Man, these get me every time. Let's see, this is gonna have val don't exchange code for token, which is gonna take what did it take? It takes a string and a string, and it returns a token response. I gotta grab all this stuff too. So we got token response. Yeah, that's string token response string. Oh right, because we want to make it easier in case we get not the right stuff back. So this way we can do a result type. Result types are nice. I like those. Wait, why does this not account for? Did I forget? Does not account for if I return a it returns a result type. Right, that's right. The result type accounts for the fact that it's potentially going to return an error. That was why we spent an entire stream rebuilding this so that we'd get the result type. That way we could do better error handling so that it would look like this and not like this weird thing we were catching just random stuff and trying to figure out how to convert it into something useful. Alright, so now we have to build this. Unbound value URI to YoJSON. What? Do I not? Oh, I bet I just don't include it in the Dune file. Do I not have YoJSON? No, it has PPX driving. HTTP, LWT. Do I have all those in here? HTTP, LWT. Auth2 client, storage. What am I missing? Unbound value URI to YoJSON. That's an error. Set this. Do I need? Oh, JSON URI is a module, and I use it in here, right? Yeah, JSON URI is here. These are the only frustrating errors in OCaml, when you get the ones that just pop up at the top. And it's something that I've misconfigured or done incorrectly. We can delete all these. But what? What is expecting it? Unbound value URI to YoJSON. I think this is where we have to you know what? We can ask cursor. We'll just pop cursor up into here. Let's see if our debugging tool works for this. This is a very old version of cursor. Very old. I updated a couple of days ago, probably. It's the token error. It needs to be JSON URI. Why would I have to open JSON URI? That's silly. No. But I can accept that. This is why you gotta actually know what you're doing when you vibe code. Okay, well, all those good. I guess I'm gonna update cursor. Great, now I'm not on a very old version anymore. Alright, don't need it anymore though. Error gone. Oh, different error. First module type is not included in the second. The exchange code for token is required but not provided. What? Did I do that? GitHub. Okay, GitHub MLI. GitHub client has that. GitHub ML. It's here. It's in this sucker. Struct GitHub client. The end of the struct is here. That looks like I include it. The implementation does not match the interface. The first module type is not included in the second. Position module type GitHub client equals the value exchange code for token is required but not provided. GitHub MLI line 38. So it's right here. Did I just mistype this? Sig end. Why is this up like that? Val. What am I looking for here? Everything looks right. GitHub client down here. Is there something up here I was supposed to do? auth2 client, GitHub client, value type config. I'm just gonna figure out this error and then I've got to stop and go eat breakfast. Alright. Alright, cursor. We'll give you one more shot. Take me to log. But this is a very old version of cursor. Is it your interface file? You've declared a function called exchange code for token that must be implemented, but this function is missing from your implementation. Let me check both files. I can see your issue clearly. Oh, okay, bud. The GitHub client module type only declares one function. Wait, hold on, really? Oh, I just missed it. It was right there in front of me the whole time. I made any of the changes, right? Okay, good. Alright, bye cursor. And it was right there in front of me the whole time. I just needed to add this line. Oh well. And now everything builds. Cool, 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 cool. Alright, that is probably going to do it for today. got the exchange code flow built. We'll need to test this probably tomorrow and see if it works. But everything looks pretty good. We're just sending these every single time, and that's going to respond with access token, scope, and token type. And then we'll be able to use those tokens for whatever. And actually, yeah, whatever people want to use it for. Whenever they're using building with Savvy, they'll have their own decisions to make there. We only care about the getting of the stuff. So, with that, I think we'll call it here. Okay. GitHub token exchange flow implementation push. Cool. All right. Well, that is it for today. I'm gonna just sign off here, and yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Have fun out there.